I killed Conquest! I'll kill you too!
I've been knowing you for long enough, damn, I need you right now. You can.
Hey, not gonna lie, Mark should have kept that shit to himself, bro. Because the moment Mark says I killed Conquest, Anissa looks at him completely differently, starts feeling some type of way. And trust me, I don't want to get on nobody's radar, especially Anissa. And if you don't know what she did in the comics, well, maybe you should click off this video, trust me. From Anissa's perspective, Mark did not just say he won a fight. He straight up says he killed the second strongest person in the universe. Okay, I know that title might belong to Battle Beast, but at least we can both agree that Conquest was at least top 2 in the Viltrum Empire. And then Invincible is out here flexing he killed him like he didn't just die 50 times fighting him. Bro won the battle simply because of plot. You already know the power scaling in the show is terrible, but Thrag in the new episode is on a completely different level, bro. He's way too overpowered, and I think the show buffed him beyond reason. We've got so much to talk about today, so sit back, relax, grab your popcorns, and let's get straight into the video. This guy was shot at by the Infinity Ray. That thing could have one-shotted him and ended his career, and he didn't even flinch. And he proceeds to bitch slap Nolan down to Viltrum's surface. The same Nolan that has been the top dog for the entire show. Thrag is so strong he airbands Nolan into an uppercut and sends him flying to outer space. Ref, do something. This guy was playing ping pong with a grown-ass Viltrumite, and one of the strongest Viltrumites in the show. Not to mention he was literally airbanding in space. Just a quick science lecture. There is no air in space. I'm pretty sure even Aang could not generate air in space. But correct me if I'm wrong. Like, I'm pretty sure I've heard somewhere that airbenders can only manipulate the air around them, they cannot generate air. Anyways, we're straying off topic. And then he proceeds to punch Oliver's jaw clean off, rip his arms, and then Invincible comes to punch him in the face, and then he absorbs it with his hairline. Somebody stop this man. He is way too overpowered. He didn't even need to use his hands, bro. And then he proceeds to literally rip Theater's head clean off. I'm not gonna lie, after seeing that shit, I was scared for Invincible. Not to mention Zoe. What is she even doing there? How could her father even send her to outer space, bro? Fighting this monster. Not gonna lie, he might be the worst dad of the year. And then Thrag bitch slaps Mark. He packed up Battle Beast and then punched a hole right through Nolan as well. What can this guy not do? This entire week, I have heard that Thrag was soft, that he had no aura. Thrag must have saw all the fraud allegations and he responded back with pure violence. Like the demon time Thrag was on in this episode was absolutely unreal, and there was like no stopping this guy whatsoever. And I think it's safe to say this episode was an absolute 10 out of 10, and the fraud allegations are officially retired and voided. Thrag in the comments was already terrifying, but the show somehow made him feel even worse. And honestly, I think the show may have buffed him, because Common Thrag felt like the strongest guy in the room, but show Thrag feels like the end of the world. That's a topic for another video, so subscribe or I'll tell Anissa you killed Conquest. Speaking of Anissa, if you don't know what happens in the comics, you should get on your knees and beg the Lord the show goes on a different direction, cause I am telling you right now, it is not pretty. I'm not trying to spoil anything for you though, so you're welcome. So after Invincible said he killed Conquest, Anissa started feeling some type of way. And you can't even blame her. Saying you killed Conquest and Invincible is like saying you dunked on LeBron. You knocked out Mike Tyson. You beat a Dark Souls boss naked with a broken sword. To be fair, Mark is not actually stronger than Conquest. At least not yet. If we're keeping it 100%, Conquest was beating the life out of this man for like 90% of the fight. And he only lost because he was talking and flexing way too much. And Mark took advantage of it. Because Mark's real superpower is not strength, not speed, and not durability. It's the fact that he just does not stay down. But even after all that, Thrag was able to tear through him, Nolan, and Oliver like they made of wet paper. We need Battle Beast to lock the fuck in and get on his shit. But honestly, Thrag gets my respect. He honestly cares about Viltrum and the Empire. He even spares Mark and Nolan. And he's becoming one of my favorite in the show so far. I just can't wait for the next episode to drop, bro. And you already know we'll be making a video on that, so make sure you subscribe and let me know in the comments what you think. Peace.